Here we have a problem that wants us to use the limit definition of the derivative in order to evaluate this limit. Before I start talking about this guy, I want to bring your attention to this. So this is a formula you need to know. This entire crazy limit expression all represents just the derivative of f at a. So I'm going to draw some similarities from this graph to this graph. Notice it's kind of got the same form of some function minus a number over another x minus a number, and the limit is x going to pi over 6. So it's got a very similar feel to this one, but there's one small thing we need to fix. Notice that here we simply have x. Here we have 6x. So that's kind of throwing off our groove a little bit. What we're going to do is factor a 6 out from the denominator like this. So limit as x approaches pi over 6 of 1/6 times 2 sine x minus 1 over x minus pi over 6. And now we're in business. Now this expression in the parentheses matches this blue expression. Let's go ahead and say, what does this limit mean? It means the derivative of the function f, in this case f is, let's get a different marker, f is this guy here, 2 sine of x. So our function is 2 sine of x. And we need to evaluate the derivative, that's what the little tick mark means, f prime of a. We need to evaluate the derivative at pi over 6. That's the value of a here. So let's go ahead and take the derivative of 2 sine of x. The derivative of 2 sine of x is 2 cosine of x. And now let's plug in pi over 6. If I plug in pi over 6, I get 2 cosine pi over 6. Cosine of pi over 6 is root 3 over 2, so I have 2 times the square root of 3 over 2, which just gives me square root of 3. Now, one small thing you might have forgotten, or you might have thought I forgot, was, remember, we factored out a 1/6 here, way at the very beginning of the problem. So we need to throw that back in there, giving this as our final answer.